What's up, y'all? Hey, sorry I haven't been keeping up on everybody's videos. I know that some of you guys are making videos and I haven't commented or responded yet. I will get to those. I apologize. Anyway, just pulling away from Chick-fil-A. I got a funny story. I've got a weird sense of humor. Those of you who know me know that. But I think my sense of humor is pretty obvious. Like, I think it's not 100% obvious that I'm joking, but to the average person, it should be obvious that I'm joking, but you never know, But I guess what this video is about is just like about today's culture and the millennials and the Gen Zs and not only how there's a communication gap, but not only does that happen where like the younger generations don't understand the older generations, because that happens all the time, but not only is that happening, but the social media is always siding with the lowest common denominator, which is basically if it could possibly be interpreted as offensive, then we're going to strike that person's account. And so they side with the Gen Zs and with the millennials, and that's the crux of the problem as far as I'm concerned. You have and it's like, I can't even believe this is like an issue, but it is. But you have these social media platforms, YouTube being one of them, but I'm mainly talking about Facebook and Twitter and places like that. And I'm going to give you guys a perfect example of what I'm talking about here in a second, but you have these platforms that they are the arbiters of free speech. I mean, they are the writers of the modern day Constitution. What they say goes. And the argument for that is, well, they own their own companies and they should be able to tell you what you can and can't say. That's the argument for it. The argument against it is, once you get as big as the media companies are, it's no longer considered their content and their information. It's public domain. It's like it's akin to the struggle of that people have when they want to fly a certain flag on their house, and then their HOA tells them that they can't do it, and they're like, dude, this is my house. If I want to it doesn't matter what kind of flag I want to fly. I can fly the Russian flag, I can fly the Chinese flag, I can fly the Nazi flag. It's my house. Now, yeah, I risk somebody throwing eggs at my house, or I risk people hating my guts if I do that, but I'm a libertarian through and through. You should be able to do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, as long as it's not directly, physically harming somebody, or possibly even indirectly physically harming somebody. If there's physical harm to someone's person or property, that's one thing. But if it's hurt your little feelings, I know there's been so much talk on this, but I have to go there again. So anyway, what are you talking about, Chafe? Okay, so this is how Chick-fil-A and everything ties into the whole thing. I just pulled out from Chick-fil-A, and it just reminded me of something that happened at Chick-fil-A months ago. I was helped by somebody at Chick-fil-A, and I said thank you. And what are they supposed to say at Chick-fil-A when you say thank you? According to their policy, their company policy, they're supposed to say my pleasure. They're not supposed to say you're welcome, which I think is comical. It's funny, but hey, it's your company. Again, that's almost like a free speech issue, right? You're trying to tell your employees that they're not allowed to say something as nice as thank you. So I always thought that was funny about Chick-fil-A, that their employees were forced to be like these robots who were saying my pleasure instead of you're welcome. So anyway, I somebody helped me at Chick-fil-A. I said thank you, and they said, you're welcome. They didn't say my pleasure. And I thought, oh, you're in trouble, blah, blah. And of course, that's a joke. I don't really want to get the dude in trouble. I just think it's funny that something as stupid as not saying my pleasure instead of you're welcome could actually get you in trouble with your organization. I think that's very comical. I think it's like ridiculous, actually. So anyway, so I went on to, what is it called? Nextdoor.com, which the only reason that I was on that social media platform is because I was trying to advertise for my business. And I took a poll. I said, and I tried to make it sound as much like a joke as I possibly could. I said, the guy at Chick-fil-A didn't say my pleasure after I said thank you. Should I, A, call and get him fired, B, ignore it, C, cry the whole ride home, or D, whatever D was, I can't remember. So anybody with a brain, with a freaking brain cell, who was born before 1990 should look at that and be like, okay, he's joking, right? Why would he call the corporate headquarters and get the lady fired or get the guy fired or whatever? So I was trying to make a joke out of it. Some people got it. Some people did like the laughing icon and said, oh, I think you should get him fired, ha ha ha. And then I got these comments like, why would you want to get that guy in trouble? Why would you fire him? That's ridiculous. And then I reply like, should I reply and say, I'm just kidding and you don't know how to take a joke? Or should I just go along with their misunderstanding and make it even more of a joke? Right? Because it's really tempting to do that. Just to go along with their misunderstanding and be like, no, I'm going to call the corporate headquarters right now. Give me one reason why I shouldn't. Right? Just as a joke, just to exploit their sort of stupidity and their inability to recognize a joke when they see it. But I don't think I did that. I think I said I'm just joking. Like, you don't understand. So number one, the young people they don't understand a joke when they see it. But then the next day, it got flagged. They flagged it, man. They flagged it and they took it down. They took it down, dude. That poll that I put up, they took it down because obviously one of the people who replied and said, why would you get that guy fired? They obviously complained about it. And I don't know who the administrator was who took my thing down. If they were another millennial or Gen Z who looked at that and said, oh yeah, that's definitely offensive, I'm taking that down. Or if it was somebody my age and said, dude, he's obviously just joking, but to make you happy, I'm going to take this down anyway. I don't know which one it was, but man, that is just really frustrating. And, you might say, well, why do you care? This is just like, it's a stupid social media platform. I care because of what it means, not because it ruined my day or it put a strike on my account or any of that stuff. I care because it's an indicator of the direction of where this country is going, man. Number one, people don't understand sarcasm. They don't know how to joke. Number two, people get offended at every tiny little thing and they just can't hold it in. Like, people are being trained. The whole thing of, if you see something, say something. If you feel something, say something. If you were hurt, say something. Let your teacher know. Let your mommy know. Let the administrator know that your feelings were hurt. Say something to somebody. It's encouraged. Everybody is being encouraged to rat everyone out and to listen to their little feelings, to have their antenna up, to really pay attention hard to their feelings. And some people will say this is offensive. I'm not offended by it, but somebody could be offended. Somebody could be offended by this, so therefore it's offensive. Therefore I'm going to flag it. Therefore I'm going to report it. Not because I'm offended, but because it might offend somebody that I know, possibly, maybe, kinda, sorta, possibly. It might offend somebody else, so I'm still going to flag it. Wow. Just wow. What does this mean? What's going to happen? What's going to happen when these people are in control? Oh my God. What's going to happen when these people become politicians? What's going to happen? What kind of laws are we going to get on the books? What kind of laws are we going to get on the books? People are going to be forced to scrape bumper stickers off their cars. People are going to be forced to, people are going to be thrown in jail for wearing a t-shirt that says whatever on it. Oh my God. The world that my children are growing up in just really, I don't know, man. I don't know.